Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube family? This is Sammy Legger here representing Team JVS. I am back here again for another movie review. Now, this film, um, I've just recently seen it. I didn't get to see it at Venice or Cannes. I don't believe it was available at any of the other circuits that I've seen because I've been to South by Southwest, TIFF, Tribeca, but I've heard nothing but great things about this film that I'm about to talk about right now, and I'm very excited to talk about Drive My Car. Drive My Car, honestly, I will say right now, effectively, and I normally don't do this unless the movie merits it. This is a 10 out of 10 film. It is not only beautiful, it is tragic, it is artistic, it is poignant, it is important, and it is, to me, in hindsight, this is probably one of the best international films, if not one of the best screenplays or best films that I've seen this year. But let's go ahead and kind of break it down. So to give you the synopsis of it, the main character, his name is Yusuke. I'm sorry, Yusuke Kafuku, and basically he's a stage actor and a director, and he's married to a playwright. And one day she's just gone, and from that point, his life has to continue, but what does that really mean? What was his relationship really with her? What did his relationship with her do to him? How did it affect him as an actor, as a human being? And it's so dynamically amazing. Oh my gosh. But I'll go and break it down for you as far as the different characters, what they are, who they are. So Hidoshi Nishima, I'll pull him up right here. He plays the main role of Kafka, and his wife, her name is Otto. That was played by Rika Kurishima. Um, Her and him in the very beginning opening shot where you see happens. That's not her right there. That's actually Toko Miura playing the role of Misaka. Um, yeah, Misaka is actually his driver. I'll get to that in a second because that's very important to who he is and what happens. But long story short, in the very opening of this film, his relationship with his wife, it seems so vital to him as an actor. At first, you're kind of like, are they running lines? Like, are they just, working together? Like, are they coming out with a random story? And it's all the above. Like, the parts of their relationship are tied to the things and the stories that she comes up with. The parts of his acting capability, him pushing himself, is the partner off of stories that she comes off of, to the point that he'll listen to her screenplays or her reenacting certain things, and he'll remember it, run lines off of it, and then utilize it later on the stage. And they just have this perfect fusion that you don't realize that there are a lot of cracks there. And the biggest crack that you find out is that they previously they had a child, and something devastating happened. And the thing about this film, man, that if you're not careful, it's gonna tear you up inside emotionally. They play to the human element on a level that I didn't think possible, because you would think that in the very opening something happens and you're like, oh man, I can't believe this. But they start to go down a rabbit hole of the human comprehension of um ignorance and loss and loyalty and faith, um to different points that I just didn't really think or perceive was gonna work for a simplistic story like this. And you find out it's not as simplistic as you can think, because there's also foreshadowing there. There's nuanced connections with individuals, and that's why I was saying that honestly, Hidetoshi Nishima's performance as Yusuke is amazing and one of the best this year. He plays all ranges of different emotions. Like for him as a director or stage actor, or I'll just leave it at the director, he's really stern to the point. He knows how to push people, knows how to teach. He knows how to teach well. But then as an actor, he's so method and in your face and there. But then as a human being, he is brittle and he is not well put together. Like he's battling so many different fronts that I don't think he really knows what to do or what direction to go. And he interacts with different individuals, and those individuals shape him, like his wife, Otto, and their interaction, like Misaki, uh, his driver. Because the reality is that once he meets her, his life turns upside down all over again in a very important way. I'm not going to say a very good way, but a very important way because her character is very proficient at driving, and he's very passionate about his car. And at first, he didn't want to hire her, but she was given to him by recommendation, and he starts to kind of trust her because he trusts her with his car. And as the movie goes, and the movie is very long. The movie is 3 hours long. I apologize. I should have said that ahead of time. It's very long. I actually had to rewatch it again because I kind of watched it in half and then watched it in another half, and then I was like, let me rewatch the whole thing. But her character, when you start to uncover who she is, why she's there, why she knows how to drive, and the trauma that she's actually gone through, and their connection, oh my gosh, it is amazing. And it could easily have gone really distastefully. It could have easily gone like to this like really skeevy way. And instead, they really do something with this character. They really do something specifically with her. Because I knew for a fact, I was like, okay, she seems like a very powerful actress, but she's not doing anything. She's not emoting. And I was like, there's got to be a reason why. And they definitely pay that off. Oh my gosh. Like there's a scene that takes place in the snow with both characters. And it's a long drawn out scene. It's a monologue as well, but it's such a great, powerful moment. And it opens up so many different things about the characters and where they need to be and who they are as individuals as well. And um it's not always cookies and rainbows either, because there's another character that equally challenges Kafuku, and that is what is his name? I think it's Taka 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 Takatsuki. Um, I'll pull him up really quick because he actually is a very good actor as well, and he's been casted by Koku, and he, without saying too much, he is very connected to our main character in ways that are just so uncomfortable to him. And at the same exact time, uh Katsuki, he is not a good character either. He's not a good person, but he's such a powerful actor. And he's also multi-layered. There are things about him that I was like, you know what? Maybe he's not just a bad person. Maybe he's just very indifferent to reality around him. And also very sensitive at the same exact time, because certain things that he does challenges our main characters as well in a very important way. Like some of the most trauma that our main character is dealing with is also connected to this character as well. But on an individual basis, from an acting standpoint, the acting is stellar because you got actual characters acting as though they're real people, and then they're also playing roles in an actual stage play. Whereas there's an actress that plays I think she's actually deaf in real life, but she plays one of the main roles in the stage play. But when you start to hear through interpreter, which I don't want to spoil, her life story and also her capability of acting without saying anything is so, oh my gosh. And they play off each other so well. But the thing about it is, for this all to work, again, I've said this before, is that Hidetoshi, he is the glue. He is the all the way glue. Like if it wasn't for him, none of this could work. None of it at all. And again, I haven't even talked about the scope. Like, this is a beautiful backdrop. They go to a lot of different areas. They understand camera angles very well. The score is actually very low, but it's very important that it needs to be very low and very quiet at times, because a big bulk of the film we're in the car while he's playing the screenplays. So I think it's a very good film, man. Again, I rated this at a 10 out of 10. I understand why I got best screenplay at Cannes. I understand why all the hype is. It is merited. You have to, if given the opportunity, check out Drive My Car. I've only touched the tip of the iceberg in terms of performances and importance of characters, but I wanted to go and notarize those ones that really stood out for me specifically. But it's such an important film from a human level, and I think it can speak to some people in a really deeper way. I would say that it does have nudity. There is sexual content. There is language. So, this is not for kids. And specifically in the first act, like, there's a lot of sexual activity going on. So just be cognizant of that. But even that element is very important to the story, which I normally wouldn't say, but it's true. It's very true, and it's all done with a tasteful turn. I guess that's the best way I can kind of put it. In the midst of a lot of tragedy, in the midst of a lot of hurt and damage. Damage, I think, is the reaction word that I would say. A lot of these characters are very damaged. It's not even necessarily they're flawed, they're damaged. And they're trying to make sense of that through interaction, through whether it's the play, through its like conversation. And how do you get past the damage that you have? And there's a moment in the stage play where the character that's deaf, she reads out her lines, and it's so fitting. And you'll see what I mean once you watch it. Let me know what you guys think of Drive My Car. Highly recommend you guys check it out. 10 out of 10 film. One of the best international films I've seen this year. One of the best films in general I've seen this year. And I will continue to praise it for quite some time. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell button again. I'll talk to you guys soon. Keep it locked. JVS Wingstop. Again, we've got an interview that's coming up really soon. That I'm posting up for Swan Song. If you haven't seen that movie with Mahershala as the lead. All right. Peace, guys. Filing out the top of I can see the skyline. 50 mile radius on my timeline. Ain't nothing on